So let's get right into this whole thingy. Hello world! If you're new here, my name is Serena. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am excited for today's video. I've wanted to do this for literally I've planned it for weeks, and I think I tried it a couple of weeks ago and I wasn't feeling it, so I was like, for God's sake, let's try this today. I was actually going to do a different video today, but I woke up, I felt fresh, I felt summery because the sun was shining a bit, not really anymore, the sun kind of went in, so oh well, we didn't talk about that. So I thought today will be perfect to do a get ready with me makeup look. It's my everyday makeup look. I do this for Instagram pretty much as well. It just gives me major summer vibes, and I thought what is more fitting as we're looking up towards the lifting of lockdown. Hopefully it stays June 21st, but hopefully at least we do get some sort of summer no matter what date that might be. So I thought this look has always given me like very summery, kind of glowy, golden vibes, and I thought what more fitting day to do it than today when I wake up feeling great and happy and sunny and summery. I've got a lot of requests on how I do my makeup, especially from my Instagram. Everyone's like, literally, how do you do your makeup? Like, please drop the makeup routine, like we need it. And as you can see, I've got some warm, very warm colors. I've got some pinks, I've got some gold, brown, bronze, anything you can imagine that is like warm and summery, and I just think it's pretty look and I love it. It's my favorite absolute thing to do in the world. It doesn't take that long, but for this video, obviously because I'm recording it after I've done it, it's probably like what, an hour, but you know, I had to make sure I got those angles. I had to make sure I got everything right for you guys. But this is obviously the final look, as you can see, and what you'll see next in a minute is every single step that I take, right from my skincare right to the very end, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I do. As every normal YouTuber says, I am no makeup professional. I just do it a lot, especially for social media content. I've been watching a lot of Scott Barnes videos, and I've recently been getting into Tati, however you say it. I used to watch makeup tutorials all the time, like years ago, then I stopped, but I'm just getting back into it now. This just made sense to me to do this video today. So yeah, I've taken in some tips of like the professionals that I've been watching. Hopefully that is incorporated into my makeup routine, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my makeup look and try it out for yourself if you want to get that June 21st summer makeup look. So here I am, fully barefaced, my spots are red, my skin is looking kind of green and discoloured, but we move. So first of all, I'm using Neewer's 24-hour day cream. It has vitamin E and it also has SPF 15, which is amazing. And right now I'm currently basically saying, please ignore my nails throughout the video. They are unpainted and sore, but this is the first facial cream that I use. So next I use 4th Phrase Papaya Face Milk. I don't actually know what face milks do for your face, but I just know it always like makes me feel really good and just makes my face feel ready, and I simply just put that everywhere, all over my face like a normal face cream. So next I'm using Morphe's Revitalizer Foundation Primer. Honestly, this does the job. It minimizes my pores and my imperfections, but I still have yet to find a primer that really works for me, but this does the job for now. And then finally on my face, I use a Glow Oil by Sol. Honestly, I don't know if this is meant to be used for your face, but I swear by this, especially leading up to the hotter weather with a nice glowy warm sun in our face. But basically, as you can see, it just adds some shimmer to my face, and I like putting it underneath my foundation because I feel like it just adds the shine and the shimmer that I really am craving underneath all my makeup, and I just think it overall creates this like majorly glowy look as a result. Moving on to foundation, I use Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid in the shade Natural Beige, and I also use Colourpop's Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturiser in the shade Medium 10N. So of course I then mix them both together on my hand because I really love the shade that it creates on my face, and doing so just warms it up a little bit, which means basically better application, makes it a little bit easier, and it looks a little bit more flawless, which we love. So then to apply the foundation, I'm using Morphe's Y6 brush. Honestly, I absolutely love Morphe's brushes of all different types. There's like so many brushes, I'm like absolutely obsessed. Honestly, I don't really have a preference between the application of a beauty blender and the application of a brush. I think the only reason why I prefer this brush right now is because it's a bit easier to hold and it hurts my hand a little bit less, because I find your hand just aches so much after like blending out properly with a sponge. So this is my favorite right now. So now I'm going in with the Morphe Concealer in the shade C225, I think that's how you say it. I think this has great coverage. I really love it. I love the application. I love how smooth it feels. I just love it as a whole. However, I think the shade is a little bit too dark for my skin for a concealer. So when I next get this, I think I might get either 1 or 2 shades lighter. But I'm putting it in the general places you'd put a concealer, except I'm also doing it underneath the outer edges of my mouth and also underneath the outer corners of my eyes, just to give me that extra little bit of lift. And I forgot to show you the contour stick up close, but of course this is Morphe once again, a contour stick in the shade Effect 13. And then to blend my contour out, on my nose I'm using a small oval brush, I'm not sure what brand, but then on the rest of my face, as you'll see in a second, I'm using a bigger oval brush. And then to blend my concealer out, I actually do switch to a beauty blender, and I find it okay just for concealer because it doesn't take as long as foundation. But simply, every bit of concealer that's on my face, I just go ahead and blend that for a little while until it looks absolutely flawless and perfectly seamed into my foundation. And then for a final bit of concealer, I like to use Rimmel's Hide the Blemish Concealer in the shade Soft Honey, and I'm just putting this on the inner corner of my eyes, underneath the outer corner of my eyes, you know, just for that extra bit of lift, to lighten up those darker days, to conceal the blemishes, and just for an extra bit of coverage, basically. And then lastly, I put it in my smile lines and underneath the corners of my mouth, because I tend to have darker areas there. And then the brush that I use to blend all of this concealer in, of course, is another Morphe one, and the brush is the E64 brush, and it is wonderful. And when using this brush, I'm not doing hard strokes, I'm not dragging it down harshly because that will smudge my makeup. I'm doing very little light, soft taps to blend it all in seamlessly. And then I'm setting all of that with my NYX Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. Honestly, I didn't really used to use finishing powder a lot, and I was very, very silly for not doing so, because now that I've been using it again, it is absolutely working wonders. But I don't like to use loads, and you'll see that I go and correct these lines in a second because it looks very messy right now. But honestly, finishing powder is an absolute godsend, and I'm using it every single time I do my makeup now. So now moving on to my eyebrows, my absolute babies, my pride and joy. I love my eyebrows and doing my eyebrows, and I'm just brushing them out to start off with. So I'm going in with what I think is a NYX angled brush. It also has a spoolie brush in the end, but that is broken. And then I actually use eyeshadow to fill in my eyebrows. It's what I've been doing all these past few years, even in my makeup tutorials from literally a couple of years ago. I just prefer this much more. And I'm simply just taking my eyeshadow and I'm filling in any areas of my eyebrows where there are lighter patches. And I'm also just following along the natural arch of my eyebrows with light, quick strokes. So then to clean up my eyebrows, I'm going back in with the Hide the Blemish Concealer, and also I'm taking a NYX angled concealer brush just to sharpen up any of those eyebrow lines, because we don't want to keep them like these messy bad boys that they currently are. So moving on to the more fun and colourful part, eyeshadow. I'm going in by using my Double Entendre palette from Colourpop. I have so many eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop, it's unreal, but this one I absolutely live by for my everyday eyeshadow look. And I'm starting off by using an eyeshadow brush from NYX, and I'm going in with the colour Keep It PG, and I'm just packing that on my eyelids. So now, using the same brush, I'm going in with the colour Uninhibited, and I'm packing that on the outer corners of my eyelids, and I'm also going to blend that up into my crease line a little bit, just to give me a little bit more depth and definition on my eyelids. So now I take my Morphe 10G Glisten Up palette. The colours in this are stunning. absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with every single color. I love gorgeous, vibrant eyeshadow colors. As you can see, I just said I'm in love. And for this, I'm using my Colourpop E3 brush, and I'm taking the color Blaze a Trail, this gorgeous orange shiny color. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that in the very inner corners of my eyelids where the highlight would usually go. But I think this orange, instead of like a normal highlight at this stage, I just think it continues that orange kind of warm golden look on the eyes. And I think it just adds the extra little bit of spice that we all need in our lives. So now I'm going in with a brown eyeliner pencil, and this one is from Rimmel and it's in the shade Sable Brown. This is a gorgeous warm brown colour, which once again, of course, enhances this warm summery vibe that I'm trying to create. And brown eyeliner is super cool, I think. It's just a gorgeous colour, I think, to have on the eyes. And what I'm doing, I'm just taking it on the upper waterline of my eyelids, and also I'm dragging it from the outer corners of my eyes as if it was a normal black eyeliner, but I'm just doing it with this gorgeous brown pencil instead. So then I go and pick up a thin angled brush, and this is Colourpop's E6 brush, which is perfect for what I'm about to do. And this is because pencils, you can't always get the sharpest lines. So here I'm just trying to make this as sharp as I possibly can, because who doesn't love a good sharp eyeliner? And then I take my concealer brush, which I used for my eyebrows earlier, and I clean these lines up even more so that it is as sharp as a needle. So moving on to eyelashes, which I'm excited to talk to you guys about. I love my eyelashes. They're very, very long, and I always get questioned on how they are so long. And aside from naturally, I'm about to show you the steps I take to make them even longer. So the first mascara that I use is Rimmel London's Scandalise Reloaded Extreme Black. I used to use this all the time as like my main mascara, but now I just use it as like a base mascara simply because it's running out. But now I just prefer to use it on the very base of my eyelashes to give it this fuller, much thicker look, and also it separates my eyelashes and fluffs them out in preparation for the next mascara that I'm about to use. So then I go in with my second mascara, and it's pretty much the exact same mascara as the first one, but I think it's a more updated one. As you can see, the brush is different here, and I like to go in with this after the first one because of the shape. It kind of like lifts it even more for me, and I find it much easier to get into the outer and inner corners of the eyelashes just to give it that even much bigger lift. Was that even English? So now I'm going in with the powder, and I think it's from Rimmel or Maybelline, I'm not too sure. And I'm also taking my Morphe Gunmetal powder brush so that I can wipe off any of the excess finishing powder that was left on my face from earlier. So now for a bronzer, I'm going in with the Collection Bronze Glow Matte Powder in the shade Terracotta, and I'm simply just going to put that powder all over the same places where I put my contour from earlier, and I'm using a Colourpop E21 brush to do so. So for blush, I'm using this gorgeous pink colour from Colourpop in the shade Whole 9 Yards, and for the brush, I'm using the F18 brush from Colourpop. Last but not least, moving on to highlight. First of all, I'm using a Colourpop You're a Catch highlight. Please excuse how messy the packaging is. And also I'm using the Laura Mercier Indiscretion highlight. I love mixing these two together, but it's a very sad time because look how broken this highlight is, and bits keep falling out and dropping, and it's sad, but we move. And the brush that I like to use for the cheekbone highlight is of course Morphe once again, and this is the G23 brush from the Gunmetal collection. And as you just saw from my face, I am obsessed with the application, and I'm obsessed with both of these colours together. And then with a random little eyeshadow brush that I'm pretty sure I got from Tesco like 7 years ago, I like to go down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, also on the inner corner of my eyes on top of the orange highlight that I used earlier, and then finally underneath my eyebrows. Lastly, moving on to lips, I'm going in with the NYX lip liner pencil in the shade Shanghai. It's very, very mini, it makes me sad, but I'll just get another one. And then of course, moving on to the part now, the overlining of our lips, which we all love to see. And finally, the most amazing product that I've ever used in my entire life. It's ColourPop's Luxe Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Local Time. Honestly, every single makeup look, I wear this lip oil constantly. I love lip gloss, I always have done, but it's a bit more than just like using Vaseline or lip balm on your lips. It feels so nice and it looks so nice, and it just gives me that plump, luscious lip look that we're all after. And then I'm finishing this entire look off with 4th Rays Glisten Up and Fresh AF sprays. They're not setting sprays, but obviously they do exactly what they say. They glisten me up and they fresh me up. So this is the final makeup look. I'm absolutely like obsessed with it. What better way to look forward to June 21st than to have like this amazing makeup look? I definitely have a lot of areas to improve on with my makeup, but this is just what I find works for me right now. I'm still gonna keep watching like Scott Barnes, Tati, everyone else, like all these amazing makeup people. I hope either it's inspired you to try the same colors on my face, or I hope it's inspired you to try different tips. I don't know, just try something different that maybe you don't normally do in your own makeup routine. Or I hope you just enjoyed the video just to watch at, because summer, summer vibes. I don't know if you're getting summer vibes from this, but as obviously I clearly am. That's why I'm so obsessed with it, because it's just this warm, glowy, shiny, sparkly, pretty look, and I love it. So yeah, I'm definitely probably going to be wearing this exact makeup look on June 21st, or whenever it is, when everything's fully lifted. You'll see me in this makeup look all the time. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, turn the post notifications on, comment down below if there's anything you liked about the makeup look that I have on my face currently. Comment down below if you do anything different, or if you have any different tips for me that maybe could, I don't know, make it look even better. Okay? Okay, confidence. I hope you have a wonderful day whenever you're watching this, and the wonderful rest of the day, and the wonderful week, as I always say in my videos. So yeah, goodbye world. My face.